Howdy, folks. Do you like predators? Because it's starting to seem like a lot of people do. I'm sure many of you remember about a year ago, some very severe accusations were levied against Cody Ko. It was a huge story with D'Angelo Wallace posting a huge video breaking the entire thing, pretty much out of the blue. There'd been a little bit of coverage prior to him, most notably a Rolling Stone article on the accusations levied against him, but D'Angelo Wallace posted a video in July of 2024 putting Cody Ko on blast for accusations levied against him by Tana Mongeau. Now, I'm sure when you hear that name, you wince a little bit, but keep in mind, these were levied by a Tana long removed from the girl who put on TanaCon, right? Not the same person at this point. She is a grown-ass woman now. The accusations levied by her in this clip.
The smallest dick you've ever had sex with.
Oh my God, do no one look at me, Cody Ko. Delete the videos. I can say that. I was literally 17. I can say that. What? Sorry. Delete the videos.
Which, by the way, having sleeping with a 17-year-old levied against you and your manhood insulted that's gotta hurt. She answered a rather embarrassing question with Cody Ko and said it was okay, justified answering it with that name, someone that big, because she was 17 when it happened. Now, Tana talked about this more later on in a more recent podcast episode of hers, and let it be known that this happened at 2016 Playlist Live, which both of them were attending. Cody Ko would have been 25 at the time. Now, while just her word alone is not a ton to go off of, especially with her track record of credibility and things, but she backed it up. Tana alleged that during this event, Gabby Hanna, which is also not the most credible name, had warned Cody Ko that she was a minor. She had seen them getting frisky at a party, went up to him, pulled him aside, said, "Hey, she's 17. No, she looks a little older, but she ain't. Pull out while you still can." And this was corroborated by a clip that somehow D'Angelo Wallace found in the shittiest quality of all time from a deleted old Gabby Hanna podcast episode that corroborated the entire thing.
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside and I was like, "Hey man, you probably don't know, I know she looks a little older. She's underage. Watch it." And he's like, "Oh my God, thank you for telling me." And then he heard that.
These two things line up, and that's hard to ignore. It's also further corroborated by collaborations between the two at the time. It's also a federal crime. This, in the state of Florida where it would have taken place, is considered statutory rape. Now, I'll get into his response in a moment, but there was more levied against him here. He is proven to be friends with Colby Leachman, who is an alleged assaulter. It is alleged that he drugged and assaulted a girl on campus, took videos, and showed it to many of his friends. Colby was featured on many vlogs on Cody Ko's channel and was even featured in his wedding post in 2023, meaning that while he did face him out of his channel after facing some backlash, he did not get rid of him. Now, quick side note, it is alleged that while Cody was 24, he was in a relationship with 17-year-old, shown in this Vine.
Oh, it didn't work.
Kinda.
Fuck. Damn it!
And in this photo, allegedly. Now, all of that is pretty damning evidence, and we did get a response in the form of him playing Sorry at a DJ set the day after. And in the form of a statement from TMG, or Tiny Meat Gang, proven, that he ran with Noah Miller, pretty much saying that he was stepping away. But besides that, that was all we heard. Maybe his career was over, maybe he was never coming back, just gonna cash out and leave after these accusations came out, but that's not what happened. Eventually, Cody returned with a 21-minute training video on his much smaller Cody Trains channel that not a lot of his diehard fans or the average internet are going to watch. He did officially respond with one of the worst YouTube responses I've seen since that bitch put out a ukulele. At the end of this 21-minute video, he decided to address it in really one of the worst ways he could have.
Obviously, I understand I've been offline for months, haven't made videos for, that whole time. And I also understand if your opinion of me has potentially changed over the last few months. I spent the first half of my career criticizing people and judging people online. So, I don't begrudge your judgment of me by any means. I just think all I can do right now and moving forward is just try to be the best person I can be for myself and for my family, and just try to continue putting the best shit out there that I can. So that's what I'm going to do. And if you stick around to watch it, I very much appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, truly. And so that's the plan. 3:30 marathon in March, hopefully. And you're going to see the process. So I will see you soon. And choo-choo.
Does change my opinion a bit when you commit a federal crime with a 17-year-old. Around 5 months ago, Cody decided that rent was due, and he came back, but not on his main channel. Only on his second channel, Cody Ko, with around 1 million subscribers, which is not a small channel in the slightest, but certainly not his main, and wouldn't get him as much exposure, most importantly. It's also important to mention that he was also posting on his training channel every now and then, just seemingly testing the waters to see if people were watching, I suppose. He still pulls in pretty decent views, averaging a couple 100,000 every video, and people seem to be clueless. It does shock me a bit how many female fans he still has after these accusations, which I think is pretty privileged at its finest. He's a conventionally attractive white man, and people will turn a blind eye to that. Kind of insane to me how many, profile pictures you see scrolling down that are females. I would expect a bunch of frat white men who don't care if you do statutory rape, but I digress. Now, a return is one thing, but a brand is a whole nother, and he did that too. Post-controversy and post-return, he launched Ko's Oats, an oatmeal company, because yeah, sure, fucking why not? It was $8 a bag for Cody's shit, and he was trying to compare it to something you can go to the store and get for fractions of that, which I think is a little bit ridiculous, and especially with how many servings you can get out of a, Quaker string of oats. He was scamming the fuck out of people with this one. To me, this seemed a lot like an effort to quell the lack of brand deals he was getting post-controversy. It was probably starting to hurt his bank account after a while, and selling $8 oats to your diehard fans, and was admittedly probably not a terrible strategy, considering that they completely sold out. I have no doubt that he will continue to do well. I just think it's a little ridiculous that the internet chose to forget this one, and they let Cody Ko get away with it, and he will forever get away with it. I don't think anything can really stop him at this point. I've seen this more and more with controversies, where people just don't say anything. They take a break, they come back. Zillakami, very notably recently, was accused of a lot of stuff last year, and he's releasing an album now. He's just coming back around, and people will go to bat for it, and that will likely be a video in itself later on, but he took the same approach. He proved himself innocent in court. A lot more stuff came out, including photo evidence. He did nothing. He said nothing. He went back to normal. Cody Ko got accused of a federal crime, said nothing, and went back to normal. Cody Ko got away with it, and I don't think that is acceptable in any form. Peace out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.